success begins with self-belief. It's a simple idea, isn't it? And yet it's one of the most profound truths about human existence. The foundation of all greatness, all achievement, all transformation starts with the belief that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that you can make a difference. Without this belief, even the most promising opportunities slip through your fingers like grains of sand. But with it, even the most daunting challenges can become stepping stones to something extraordinary. Let's be clear, self-belief is not arrogance. It's not the kind of hollow confidence that comes from puffing yourself up or pretending you have it all figured out. No, self-belief is quieter, deeper, and far more powerful. It is the acknowledgement that while you may not know everything, while you may stumble and fall, you have the capacity to learn, to grow, and to persevere. It's about seeing yourself as a work in progress and trusting in your ability to create something magnificent out of the raw material of your life. Think about a child learning to walk. They don't stop after falling the first time or the second or even the 50th. They keep trying because something inside them whispers, you can do this. You were made for this. That's the essence of self-belief, an inner voice that urges you forward, even when the path ahead is uncertain. But here's the thing about that voice. It can be drowned out by doubt, fear, and the opinions of others. If you're not careful, you might stop listening to it altogether. And when that happens, the world becomes a much smaller, darker place. And the world we live in doesn't make self-belief easy. From an early age, we're bombarded with messages that tell us we're not enough. Advertisements sell us products by first selling us insecurities. Social media shows us curated versions of other people's lives, making our own seem pale and insignificant by comparison. And sometimes the people around us, those we trust the most, project their own fears and limitations onto us. It's no wonder so many people struggle to believe in themselves. But here's the truth. The world's opinion of you does not define your potential. Only you can do that. There's a saying, a bird sitting on a branch is never afraid of the branch breaking because its trust is not in the branch but in its own wings. That's what self-belief feels like. It's the realization that no matter what life throws at you, you have the ability to rise above it. You have wings, even if you don't see them yet. But like any skill, self-belief requires practice. It's not something you wake up with one day. It's something you build moment by moment, choice by choice. One of the first steps to cultivating self-belief is understanding your worth. And let me tell you, your worth is not tied to your achievements, your possessions, or your status. Your worth is inherent. It's in the fact that you are alive, that you are here, that you have something to contribute to the world. But recognizing your worth also means accepting your flaws and imperfections. It's about saying, yes, I have weaknesses, yes, I've made mistakes, but those things do not define me. They are part of my journey, not the sum of my existence. Another crucial step is to challenge the negative narratives you tell yourself. How often do you catch yourself thinking, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough? These thoughts are like chains, holding you back from reaching your potential. But here's the thing, they are just thoughts. They are not facts. You have the power to question them, to push back against them, and to replace them with thoughts that empower you. As the philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Of course, self-belief doesn't mean you won't face setbacks. Life is full of them, but every setback is an opportunity to strengthen your belief in yourself. When things go wrong, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow stronger because of this? Resilience is a key component of self-belief. It's about bouncing back, not because you're immune to pain or failure, but because you know you're capable of moving forward despite them. Think of the great figures in history, people who changed the world through their ideas, their actions, and their courage. Do you think they never doubted themselves? Of course they did, but they didn't let that doubt paralyze them. They acted in spite of it, trusting in their ability to figure things out along the way. As Eleanor Roosevelt famously said, you gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You are able to say to yourself, I lived through this horror, I can take the next thing that comes along. The journey to self-belief is not always easy, but it is always worth it. It's about taking small steps every day, even when you're scared, even when you're unsure. It's about celebrating your progress, no matter how insignificant it might seem. And most importantly, it's about surrounding yourself with people who lift you up, who see the best in you, and who remind you of your worth when you forget it. There will be times when your self-belief is tested, when the road ahead feels impossibly steep. In those moments, remember this: you are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you realize. And you have a reservoir of potential that is waiting to be unleashed. All you have to do is take the first step. Trust in yourself, even if no one else does. Because success doesn't begin with the approval of others. It begins with you. It begins with the belief that you are enough, just as you are, and that you have the power to create a life that is meaningful, fulfilling, and uniquely yours. So ask yourself, what would your life look like if you truly believed in yourself? What dreams would you chase? What risks would you take? What possibilities would you embrace? The answers to those questions are the blueprint for your future. And the first step to building that future is to believe in the person staring back at you in the mirror. Because that person, you, are capable of extraordinary things. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast canyon, staring at the other side where success waits. The air is filled with possibility, but the gap seems insurmountable. You know the potential is there, you feel it in your bones, yet a question lingers. How do you get there? Self-belief is the courage to take the leap, but action is the bridge that carries you across. Without action, belief is nothing but a dream whispered into the void. The true power of self-belief lies in its ability to move you, to inspire you, to act with purpose and conviction, even when the path ahead is shrouded in uncertainty. Action transforms self-belief into reality. It is the force that turns intention into momentum and momentum into achievement. You may believe in your potential, but unless you're willing to do the work, that belief remains stagnant, a seed buried in the soil but never watered. And here's the truth: no one else is going to water that seed for you. It is your responsibility, your privilege, to take the steps necessary to nurture your dreams and cultivate your success. As the saying goes, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Creation demands effort, courage, and persistence. It demands that you stand up every day and choose to move forward, no matter how small the step may seem. As you incubate with grief and loss, as you process through your grief, as you grieve the death of a loved one or you grieve the loss of a job. But action is not just about doing for the sake of doing. It is about intentional, focused effort aligned with a vision. Think of an archer. It's not enough to pull back the bowstring and let the arrow fly. The archer must have a clear target in mind. Without direction, action becomes chaotic, scattered, and ultimately ineffective. This is why clarity is essential. When you know what you're aiming for, your actions gain purpose, and every step you take brings you closer to your goal. Purpose gives meaning to your efforts, and meaning fuels perseverance, even when the journey becomes difficult. Of course, the journey will be difficult. That is a certainty. You will encounter obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. There will be days when the weight of your ambition feels too heavy to carry and the voice of fear whispers, "Why bother? You're not good enough." But it is in these moments that action becomes most critical. Action, even in the face of fear, has a way of silencing doubt. When you take that first step, no matter how small, you remind yourself that progress is possible. The key is to keep moving, one step at a time, even when the road ahead is unclear. As Lao Tzu said, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. This is Lao Tzu. Fear is a formidable adversary, and it often disguises itself as logic. It will tell you to wait until you're more prepared, until conditions are perfect, until you're absolutely certain of success. But perfection is an illusion, and waiting for it is the surest way to stagnation. Progress requires risk. It requires stepping into the unknown and embracing the possibility of failure. But failure is not the enemy. inaction is. Failure teaches you, shapes you, and strengthens you. It is a necessary part of growth. Every stumble, every mistake is a lesson that brings you closer to mastery. As Thomas Edison once said, "I have not failed, I've just found 1,000,000 ways that won't work." Action also has a compounding effect. Small, consistent efforts accumulate over time, leading to extraordinary results. Consider a drop of water falling on a stone. One drop may seem insignificant, but over time, those drops wear away even the hardest rock. That is the power of persistence. You may not see the results immediately, but every action you take builds upon the last, creating a ripple effect that can transform your life. The challenge is to stay consistent even when progress feels slow. Trust the process. Trust that your efforts are not in vain. And remember that great achievements are rarely the result of a single moment of brilliance. They are the culmination of countless small actions taken with determination and purpose. The people you admire, the ones who seem to have it all figured out, didn't get there by accident. They acted, often in the face of overwhelming odds. They made choices, took risks, and refused to let fear dictate their lives. They understood that success is not handed to you. It is earned through effort, resilience, and an unrelenting commitment to your goals. And here's the remarkable thing. You have the same capacity within you, the same potential, the same strength, the same ability to create a life of meaning and fulfillment. But potential is only unlocked through action. There is a profound connection between action and identity. Every time you take a step toward your goals, you reinforce the belief that you are capable, that you are someone who follows through. This is how confidence is built, not through passive affirmation, but through active participation in your own life. When you act, you send a powerful message to yourself. I am worthy. I am capable. I am enough. And that message becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Confidence grows with every action, creating a cycle of belief and effort that propels you forward. But what about the times when you fail? What about the moments when your actions don't lead to the results you hoped for? These moments are inevitable and they are painful, but they are also opportunities for growth. Failure is not the end. It is a stepping stone. It is a chance to reassess, to learn, and to try again with greater wisdom. As Winston Churchill said, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. The courage to continue is fueled by self-belief and sustained by action. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. Think about the times when you hesitated, when you let fear hold you back. What would have happened if you had acted anyway? What opportunities might you have seized? What lessons might you have learned? The past cannot be changed, but the future is still unwritten, and the pen is in your hands. The question is, what story will you write? Success is not reserved for the extraordinary. It is not a gift bestowed upon the lucky few. It is the result of ordinary people doing extraordinary things, one step at a time. It is the result of belief turned into action, dreams turned into effort, and effort turned into achievement. You are capable of that. You are capable of more than you can imagine. But capability means nothing without action. So take that step. Take it today, not tomorrow. Don't wait for permission or for the stars to align. The time will never be perfect, but you can choose to act anyway. Trust in yourself, trust in your ability to figure things out, and trust in the process of growth. Every step you take is a victory, a testament to your courage and determination. And with each step, you draw closer to the life you envision. You are standing at the edge of possibility. The bridge to success is waiting to be built, one action at a time. Will you take the first step? The answer to that question will shape your destiny.